A $5,000 watch contains a movement that costs $40 to manufacture. Mass-produced in Switzerland, assembled by machine, housed inside a case with a logo that justifies a 100 times markup. We ranked 11 watch brands. 7 are selling you marketing. 4 are selling you mechanics, starting with a brand whose quartz watches cost more than most men's cars. Before we start the list, you need to understand one thing. Every watch runs on a movement. How that movement is built determines everything. Quartz movement. Battery-powered. A small electric current vibrates a quartz crystal. Accurate. Cheap to produce. A reliable quartz movement costs $5 to $15 to manufacture. No craftsmanship. No soul. Replace the battery every 2 years and it runs forever. Until it doesn't. Then you throw it away. Automatic movement. Mechanical. Powered by the motion of your wrist. A rotor spins. A mainspring wins. Gears transfer energy through an escapement. Hundreds of parts. Assembled by hand in the best cases. A quality automatic movement costs $150 to $800 to produce. It can be serviced. It can be repaired. It can outlive you. In-house movement. Designed, developed, and manufactured by the watch brand itself. Not bought from ETA or Sellita and rebadged. A true in-house caliber represents years of engineering investment. This is the ceiling. Quartz. Automatic. In-house. Every brand on this list was judged by one question. Which one did they choose, and did their price match the answer? Number 11. Michael Kors. Walk through any department store and you will see them stacked in glass cases. Watches at $200 to $400. Marketed as accessible luxury. The construction tells a different story. Every Michael Kors watch runs on a quartz movement. Most use a Miyota or Seiko caliber, purchased wholesale for $3 to $8 per unit. The case is stainless steel, sometimes plated with a thin layer of gold tone coating that wears off within a year. The crystal is mineral glass, not sapphire. Production cost on a $300 Michael Kors watch sits around $18 to $25. That is a 12 times markup on a battery-powered movement that will stop working the day the quartz crystal ages out. And it will. Quartz crystals drift. After 8 to 10 years, accuracy degrades. The watch cannot be serviced economically. It goes in a drawer, then in the trash. $300 for a watch designed to be replaced. That is not a timepiece. That is a seasonal accessory with a second hand. Number 10. Fossil. Fossil owns the manufacturing license for Michael Kors. Same factories, same Miyota movements, same mineral crystals, same plating that wears off. Fossil watches retail for $100 to $300. Their own label sits at the lower end. The licensed brands they produce sit higher. The production cost barely changes between the two. A Fossil branded watch and a Michael Kors watch from the same factory differ by one thing: the dial print. Nothing else. Fossil also produces Armani Exchange, Diesel, Emporio Armani, DKNY, and Tory Burch watches. All from the same facilities, all running the same movements, all priced according to the name on the dial, not the mechanics inside. When one company produces the same watch under 8 different labels at 8 different prices, the label is the product. The watch is the packaging. Number 9. Movado, the museum watch. Designed in 1947. Displayed in the Museum of Modern Art. A genuine piece of design history. Then Movado spent the next 70 years coasting on that single achievement. Modern Movado watches retail for $500 to $1,500. The movements are quartz. Swiss quartz, technically, which is marketed as a premium. In practice, A Swiss quartz movement costs $15 to $30 to produce. Still battery-powered. Still disposable. At $800, you are in automatic territory. Other brands at this price offer Swiss-made mechanical movements with sapphire crystals and exhibition casebacks. Movado offers a battery and a dot. The design is iconic. The construction is not. And iconic design without durable construction is a poster on your wrist. Number 8. If you watched our clothing video, you already know how PVH Corporation operates. Tommy Hilfiger and Calvin Klein produce watches through the same licensing model. Fossil Group manufactures them. The movements are Japanese quartz. The cases are stainless steel. The crystals are mineral. Retail prices run $150 to $400. Production cost sits at $15 to $22. The brands do not design the watches. They do not engineer the movements. They do not control the factories. They license their name to a third-party manufacturer and collect a royalty on every unit sold. The watch is not a Tommy Hilfiger watch. It is a Fossil watch with a Tommy Hilfiger logo. The royalty is what you are paying for. And the royalty is worth exactly what the name is worth on your wrist the day you buy it. After that, it only goes down. If you're rethinking what is actually inside your watch, subscribe. We open the case so you do not have to. Number 7. Invicta. Here is how you spot a watch brand with no confidence in its own pricing. Check whether every model is always 90% off. Invicta watches list at $500 to $2,000. On their own website. On Amazon. On the watch's own shopping channels. They sell for $80 to $200. Year-round. The discount is not a promotion. It is the actual price. The listed price is marketing theater. The movements are Japanese automatics or quartz, sourced cheaply. The cases are oversized, heavy, and plated. The designs are direct copies of Rolex Submariners, Audemars Piguet Royal Oaks, and Panerai Luminors. An Invicta at $120 is an honest watch. An Invicta at $1,800 is a lie that only the tag believes. And a watch brand built entirely on permanent clearance pricing is a watch brand telling you the retail number was never real. Number 6. This is where the price starts to hurt. Tag Heuer. Owned by LVMH. Positioned as entry-level luxury Swiss watchmaking. Retail prices run $1,500 to $5,000. The problem is what is inside the case. Most Tag Heuer watches below $3,000 use the Caliber 5 movement. The Caliber 5 is a rebadged Sellita SW200, a reliable Swiss movement that Sellita sells wholesale for $80 to $120. Tag Heuer adds a logo, a rotor engraving, and charges you $2,500 for a watch with a $100 engine. At this price, you are in direct competition with brands using genuine in-house movements, brands that designed their own caliber from scratch. Tag Heuer is not doing that at this price tier. It is buying a movement off a shelf and selling you Swiss luxury. The Swiss part is true. The luxury part is marketing. That makes it the most expensive average watch on this half of the list. Number 5. Breitling. A brand with genuine aviation heritage. A brand that once supplied chronographs to pilots. Modern Breitling watches retail for $4,000 to $10,000. The movements across most models are the Breitling Caliber 13, which is a modified ETA Valjoux 7750. ETA produced the 7750 for decades. It is a workhorse movement. Reliable, well understood, available to dozens of brands at wholesale cost of $200 to $400. Breitling modifies it, regulates it, rebrands it, and charges you a premium that assumes you believe it is theirs. it is not. At $7,000, you're buying a rebadged industrial movement housed in a beautiful case with an aviation story attached. The story is real. The movement is not unique. And the gap between the story and the mechanics is what places Breitling at number 5. 5 brands priced for mechanical craftsmanship. None of them built it. But 4 brands refused to play that game. And the difference is not what you see on the dial. It is what is spinning behind it. Number 4. Seiko. A Japanese brand most luxury watch buyers dismiss too quickly. That dismissal is the mistake. Seiko manufactures everything in-house. The movements, the cases, the dials, the hands, even the lubricants used to service the movements. No other brand on this list controls that much of its own production. The Seiko 5 line starts at $250. Automatic movement, display case back, stainless steel case, sapphire crystal on many models. Production cost on a $250 Seiko is roughly $80 to $100, a 2.5 times to 3 times markup. Compare that to Tag Heuer's 25 times markup on a rebadged Sellita. Seiko's higher tiers, Presage and Prospects, run $500 to $2,000. GrandSeiko, their luxury division, offers hand-finished movements and Zaratsu polished cases at $3,000 to $8,000. At every price point, Seiko delivers more mechanical watch per dollar than any Swiss competitor in the same range. Japanese engineering, Japanese manufacturing, Japanese pricing discipline, no licensing, no marketing inflation, no permanent sales. Number 3. Tissot. Swiss-made, affordable, and completely honest about what it is. Tissot is owned by the Swatch Group, the same corporation that owns ETA, the movement manufacturer. That vertical integration matters. Tissot watches use ETA movements at cost, not at wholesale. A Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 retails for $725. Inside the case is the ETAC 07.111, an 80-hour power reserve automatic movement, a movement that other brands license and charge $2,500 for. Tissot delivers it for under $800. The case is stainless steel with integrated bracelet construction, sapphire crystal, and a clean brushed finish that rivals watches priced at 3 times the money. Tissot does not pretend to be luxury. It does not charge luxury prices. It builds Swiss-made automatic watches at the price. Swiss-made automatic watches should cost when the marketing budget is stripped away, and that honesty is rare enough at this price tier to earn number 3. Number 2. Grand Seiko. Before you assume this is just the high end of Seiko, look at what Grand Seiko actually produces. Grand Seiko operates as a separate watchmaking house. 2 manufacturing facilities. The Shizukuishi Watch Studio for mechanical movements. The Shinshu Watch Studio for their spring drive technology. Spring drive is a movement type that exists nowhere else in watchmaking. Mechanical power source, electronic regulation, smooth gliding seconds hand instead of a tick. Accuracy within 1 second per day. No other brand has replicated it in 25 years of trying. Grand Seiko cases are polished using the Zaratsu technique. Hand polished against a rotating tin plate until the surface becomes a distortion-free mirror. The dials feature textures drawn from Japanese nature. Snowflake patterns, Mount Iwate ridges, birch forest bark. Prices run $3,500 to $12,000. At $6,000, a Grand Seiko delivers hand-finishing, in-house movements and proprietary technology that Swiss brands charge $15,000 to match. The brand does not advertise. It does not need to. The watches speak when you hold them. And finally, Number 1. Rolex. If you watched our suit video, you understand why this name should not surprise you. Rolex earned its place for the same reason it sits here. It does what the rest of the industry claims to do, but actually does. Every Rolex movement is manufactured in-house. Every case, every dial, every bracelet. The company produces its own steel, oyster steel, a 904L alloy that most manufacturers find too difficult to machine. Rolex machines it at scale. Every watch is certified to the superlative chronometer standard. Accuracy within 2 seconds per day, tested after encasing. No other brand tests the full watch after assembly. Prices run $7,000 to $50,000 for production models. A Submariner at $10,000 contains a movement, a case, a bracelet, and a dial that Rolex engineered, manufactured, tested, and finished within its own walls. No outsourcing, no licensing, no rebadging. The markup is real. But so is the watch. Here is the comparison that defines this video. A Tag Heuer at $3,000 with a rebadged Sellita movement. A Rolex Submariner at $10,000 with a fully in-house caliber 3.235. $7,000 more. Decades more value retention. A Rolex holds 80 to 100% of its retail price on the secondary market. A Tag Heuer loses 50% the day you walk out of the store. That is the simplest decision in luxury watchmaking, and it is the reason Rolex sits at number 1. 11 brands. 1 question. What is inside the case? 7 answered with quartz, royalties, and rebadged movements. 4 answered with in-house manufacturing. The price tags overlapped. The mechanics did not. Next time you pick up a watch, do not look at the logo first. Look at the movement. Ask who built it. If no one will tell you, that is your answer. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this, and drop a comment with the brand that surprised you most.